Major interstate terror cell was busted. 2,900 kgs of explosives were seized from Faridabad, and in that joint operation that was conducted between the Jammu and Kashmir and Haryana police, the terror model known to be linked with terror groups. In fact, at least 8 suspects, including 3 doctors, were arrested during that major terror network bust. So these developments, as they are unfolding, we are piecing together for our viewers the confirmed information trickling in at this point. No need to panic. We are going to be piecing together what we do know right now. The explosion that happened near Delhi's iconic Red Fort monument, coming on the same day as that major interstate terror cell was busted, like we just told you. These are the images that we are getting to you from on the ground as well. The national capital has witnessed multiple explosions. As of now, we're only going by the confirmed initial details. Remember, considering the fact that these explosions were reported just a short while back, fast-paced developments that are trickling in. These are the images coming in from the site where the emergency services, of course, have been pressed in. Multiple fire tenders, ambulance services pressed in, police officials on the spot, as you can see, in the aftermath of those explosions. Considering the area where these explosions occurred, coming at a peak hour on a Monday evening, it's a busy, congested area in any case, at any time of the day, in fact. Sound of the explosions that were heard over a kilometer away as well. We do understand there's been one person feared dead as per the latest information that has trickled in, only going by the confirmed inputs. At this point, we also know that multiple injured have been brought to the LNJP hospital there, multiple casualties that have been taken to the hospital as a result of that blast that occurred near gate number 1 of the Red Fort metro station. As of now, the images also are telling us what the situation is looking like just a short while after these explosions were reported. Over 10 fire tenders pressed into service. We are, of course, going to be getting an update on that number as well. Delhi is on high alert. We are looking at the impact of the explosion, which is such that vehicles have been completely gutted. That also tells you about the impact of that explosion. Multiple vehicles that have been damaged. We are going to be getting you an updated number on that. In fact, 3 vehicles earlier were reported to be on fire, and then multiple vehicles damaged, about 7 to 8 vehicles that are known to have been damaged. 1 person feared dead. We are, of course, piecing together for you the latest information coming in vis-a-vis the impact of those explosions coming at a time like this, peak hour on a Monday evening. We are also picking up that the Delhi Chief Minister has ordered all officials to take to the field, and increased patrolling has been ordered as a result of these explosions that have struck the national capital. Delhi is on high alert, and in the latest, the Delhi Chief Minister has ordered the officials to also increase the patrolling and take to the field. Those are the urgent measures that have been taken right away. Of course, we will be learning more from the authorities in terms of the measures that are being taken at this point, but let's just go by what is known so far without going into any speculation about what has happened and what the aftermath looks like. As of now, if you're just joining us, multiple explosions that have been witnessed in the national capital. We are talking about an area around the Red Fort, the iconic monument, where, of course, there is a lot of hectic activity that takes place regardless of the time. But we are talking about 7 p.m., around about 7 p.m. IST local time in the national capital, which in any case is a peak hour situation in a congested area like this. Red Fort area, the Red Fort metro station, these explosions being witnessed close to 7 p.m. IST in the national capital. The exact cause and nature of the explosions is yet to be ascertained. We also understand that It's not clear as of now if the explosion was due to the impact in the first car explosion. Multiple fire brigade teams, as you can see on the spot, police officials, ambulance services have been pressed in. Going back across now to our correspondent Dharamjot Kaur, who's been tracking those developments. Dharamjot, over to you. What more are we picking up?
While Molly, a bomb disposal squad has reached the site, other top investigating agencies like the NIA, their officials are also expected to reach the spot soon. The energy officials are expected to reach the spot as well. The entire area has been cordoned off as investigation is in full swing at this point. So there are multiple activities taking place at the same time. There are medical teams on the ground that are bringing the injured to the hospital. As you rightly mentioned, several casualties have been brought to the LNJP hospital. There is one person that is feared dead. We're yet to see any confirmation on that, or if at all there's a change in the tone so far. None of those things have been confirmed yet. Number two, as far as the investigation is concerned, we are yet to hear any official statement or confirmation on the nature of the explosion, whether it took place in one car near the Red Fort metro station or whether it was multiple cars that exploded simultaneously. We have no clarity and no confirmation on that. But as soon as investigating agencies and officials are able to confirm something, we will hear from them soon enough via a statement or a press briefing. Having said that, as I mentioned, the entire area has been cordoned off. Delhi Chief Minister Rekha Gupta has given orders to all officials to be all hands on deck, be on ground, as Delhi is on high alert right now, Molly.
Indeed, and just a reminder to our viewers, there is no need to panic. We are only going by the confirmed information coming in and not getting into speculation at all about what has happened. If you're just joining us, those multiple explosions that have been witnessed in the national capital, from the Red Fort area, the iconic monument that needs no introduction. In fact, we're talking about that explosion that took place next to the Red Fort metro station as well. And those images, as you can see on your screen, are showing the hectic activity taking place in the aftermath of those explosions, barricading police officials, ambulance services being pressed in, multiple fire brigade teams being pressed into service. One person feared dead as of now. That's the confirmed information that has trickled in. We are awaiting further inputs on what the authorities are saying and what the officials can confirm at this point. But the exact cause and nature of the explosion is not clear yet. That explosion that took place right outside the Red Fort, right next to the Red Fort metro station. So multiple explosions that we are talking about, and a high alert that's been sounded in the national capital in the aftermath of those explosions. In fact, the Delhi Chief Minister, as we just pointed out, has also asked for all officials to report to work, to take the field. Increased patrolling has been ordered, and forces to be deployed at sensitive places. Those are the immediate measures that are being taken. Of course, we are going to be getting in more information on that front. At a sensitive time like this, it's important to point out that only going by the official confirmed confirmation is of utmost importance. Those images that we're getting to you of the ambulance services being pressed into service, these are the images from the area where the explosions took place. We're talking about the explosions occurring at very close to 7 p.m. So that's when the first information trickled in. Multiple injured have as of now been taken to the LNJP hospital. There have been multiple casualties. One person feared dead. Those images give you a sense of what the situation looks like at the site and near the site of the explosion. as we also track the inputs coming in from multiple quarters. We understand that assessing the initial impact as of now, the confirmed information suggesting that the impact was such that even the street lights were impacted as a result of the explosion. So that's the other latest piece of information that we have for you. But again, the exact cause, the exact nature of the explosion is not confirmed. It's not clear as of now. The Delhi Police Special Cell team has also rushed to the spot. In fact, parts of the damaged vehicle were found over 100 meters away, is what is also known at this point, and the entire area has been cordoned off. Going back across now to Dharamjot, we do, of course, we understand at a time like this, we're only going by what the authorities and the officials are confirming, and we do expect there will be some kind of a statement coming in a while from now.
Well, you're right, Molly. I mean, Delhi police officials have confirmed that as and when the time is right and all details have been ascertained, they will be sharing the information duly with the public. But as of now, there is no confirmation. There is no official statement that has been put out either by the Delhi police or any other officials of the investigating agencies. As you rightly mentioned, several different departments, several top officials are reaching the spot. Many are already present over there. Investigation is in full swing. As the Chief Minister has also ordered all hands on deck, all officials have to be on ground to ascertain the cause of the explosion. There's also a bomb disposal squad that has arrived at the location of the explosion. However, that does not directly link to the nature of the explosion. So that is very important to clear to our viewers right now. Unless there is a confirmation and official statement about the nature of the blast or the explosion that has been put out by investigating agencies, there's no need to panic and speculate about it. But at this moment, these are the details that we're hearing. A lot of eyewitness accounts of people who are present in the area, of locals who live in and around the area, have been talking about the sound and the scale of the blast. One, the sound, how loud it was, how they've never heard something like it before. And second, the physical scale of it felt like tremors to many people who were in and around the area. And so the kind of damage that this may have inflicted is yet to be ascertained. We do not have a number of it, an official number yet, but we do know that several cars, motorbikes and bicycles have been gutted in this explosion. How many of these cars were actually the cause of the explosion is yet to be ascertained. And the police and investigating officials are looking at those details and probing the matter at this moment. As we speak, the entire area has also been cordoned off. People are being removed from there, from the metro station and from the area around it. I'd also like to mention over here, Molly, the Red Fort metro station is of extreme significance and also very critical with respect to the footfall that it sees. To give our viewers, both Indian and international, a sense of what this metro station, or as international viewers might recognize it as a subway station is, it has 4 gates of entry and exit points, 2 of which lead to the monument, the Red Fort that we've been talking about. One of it leads to the Old Delhi railway station, which is just a few meters away. And the 4th exit leads to what is very popularly known as the Yamuna Bazaar, which is a massive market in the area. So clearly the metro station is of immense significance, which also tells you the kind of footfall it will see throughout the day, especially in the evening. Be it office commuters, be it locals, be it people who are going to visit the Red Fort, visit the bazaar or the markets, or just go or commute to the Old Delhi railway station. And there will also be people coming from outside of Delhi that would be using the railway station and then the metro station or the subway station. So this particular metro station that we're talking about does witness a footfall in thousands, if not less. And so the timing of this explosion, irrespective of the nature of the explosion, is of extreme importance to the entire scenario and to the scale of damage that it may have inflicted. Several casualties have been seen rushed to the LNJP hospital. A lot of medics are on the ground. There are 10 to 12 ambulances. More are expected to reach there. It's a completely all hands on deck situation at the moment, Molly, as Delhi remains on high alert.
Indeed, a very sensitive time, so it's important to only go by the confirmed information, and that's exactly what we are doing here. Just to remind our viewers, as and when the inputs have been trickling in the latest. According to the LNJP hospital sources, 8 bodies brought dead. That's the information that's just come in the aftermath of those explosions. Remember the earlier input that had suggested that the casualties have been rushed to the LNJP hospital, and now in the latest information, the LNJP hospital sources suggesting 8 bodies have been brought there. Those are the latest images that we're getting to you from on the ground in the aftermath of those multiple explosions. Just to remind here, the exact nature and cause of the explosions is not confirmed. We have been getting you the latest minute-by-minute developments telling us about the impact of that explosion and what the eyewitnesses have been saying, and only going by the official inputs and what the authorities and officials have been confirming. The Delhi Police Special Cell has been brought in as well. The Delhi Chief Minister has ordered increased patrolling, all hands on deck, or all officials to report to the duty. The NNJP hospital sources saying 8 bodies have been brought dead.
WION Health Resort is unique, the only one of its kind. Experience the 4 paths of natural wellness: yoga, Ayurveda, acupuncture, and naturopathy. Each uniquely customized program improves the whole person to make every person whole. Come to WION Health Resort. Make your reservation at wion.com.
Vielleicht nur als imposant. Vielleicht nur als imposant.
This is a continuous coverage on WION World is One, and we are following the latest developments that are coming in from the Red Fort in New Delhi. This is India's capital, and the latest information that we have in our newsroom right now is that 8 people have died from this blast. They've been taken to the LNJP hospital due to the blast near gate number 1 of Red Fort metro station. And according to sources, 13 people have been injured and have been admitted in the hospital. It is still unclear what caused the blast, but according to the PRO, he says that a CNG blast or short circuit blast may have occurred. Investigations are currently ongoing as we speak. Local residents are giving their eyewitness reports to the police and also to the media. Some are saying that they've never had such a loud explosion ever in their life. Some are saying that the blast threw them off the ground 3 times. It was so loud. The impact of the blast caused several vehicles to catch fire. And the fire department is already at the scene as we speak. And like I reported, 8 bodies are brought to the LNJP hospital and 13 people have been admitted in the hospital. Police are currently at the scene. And if I can just read one of the locals who says that when we came near, we saw body parts spread on the road. No one could figure out what really happened. Several cars have been damaged. The NSG and the NIA teams are expected to reach the spot soon. Actually, they are in the spot. We are still getting further details of what really happened. The blast happened at around 6 p.m. local time, and this is a very busy area in New Delhi, so whatever might have happened,
बता रहे कितनी कैजुअल्टीज है ऑफिसर आ रहे हैं, वो जवाब देंगे इस बात के ऊपर। आप वेट करिए, अभी वेट करिए, आप सीनियर ऑफिसर आ रहे हैं, वो जवाब देंगे, वेट करो ना।
This is developing story from Red Fort in New Delhi, India's capital. This is a blast which occurred in the evening hours of today, and already there have been 8 deaths that have been reported. 13 people have been taken to hospital, the LNPG hospital. Now eyewitnesses are recounting the incident that occurred there. I'll just be reading some of the eyewitness reports and some of the reports that we are getting in our newsroom, because this incident comes as a shocker, because the Red Fort is a very busy section in India's capital as we speak. Investigators are already on scene. These are images which were captured earlier. And like I said, ambulances can be seen at the scene. The fire department is also at the scene trying to contain the fire. And several vehicles caught fire after the blast. People were seen on the ground bleeding. And now it has been confirmed that 8 people have lost their lives. Police in Delhi have moved in swiftly. And as you can see from the images on your screen, this blast created such a huge impact because several cars have been mangled, some have been burned, others have been
इतना गंभीर हो सकता है, कैजुअलिटीज से बहुत ज्यादा है, कैजुअलिटी सुरक्षा के इंजर्ड कितने हैं उसका आंकड़ा क्या अभी आया है सर? इंजर्ड कितने हैं, कितनी कैजुअलिटीज है वो आंकड़ा आया है अभी
सर? अभी तक क्या हालात हैं यहाँ के?
पुलिस के आला अधिकारी अब मौके पर पहुँच रहे हैं, तमाम सवाल।
सर फिर भी यहाँ पे कितनी कैजुअलिटीज हैं, क्या
एक मिनट आप लोग क्या अपडेट है सर? एक मिनट
All right, so the latest information we are getting in our newsroom, the medical superintendent of the Lok Nayak Jai or Lok Nayak J Prakash Narayan Hospital says that 15 people have been brought to the hospital, 8 of them.
आसपास के लोग कितनी गाड़ियां डैमेज हुई हैं यहाँ पर? कितनी? कोई कह रहा सिलेंडर, वो जो कार सवार थे उनकी क्या हालत कैसी है? हमने तो यही देखा कि लोग भाग रहे हैं, किसी का मुंह फटा हुआ है, किसी के हाथ फटे हुए, किसी के यहाँ से फटा हुआ है, किसी का सर। कितने बजे घटना घटी?
7 बजे।
बहुत ज्यादा दर्दनाक हादसा था।
7 फुट के साथ में बम फट गया।
So these were the earlier images from the Red Fort. 3 vehicles can be seen on fire. It is not clear as of now if the explosion was due to the impact in the first car explosion. Police and fire brigade teams are on the spot. Security officials, fire brigade officials, ambulances have been rushed to the site. And the latest information that we are getting in our newsroom right now is that 15 people have been brought to the Lok Nayak hospital. 8 of them died before reaching the hospital, and this is according to the medical superintendent of the hospital. The NIA teams are already on the spot. The police are also investigating this case. Let's talk to our correspondent Dharamjot Kaur. She'll be joining us shortly. Witnesses are saying that they saw the flames from their house and came down to see what had happened. There was a loud explosion, and the explosion was so loud it could be heard a few meters away from the spot. And again, the Red Fort area is a busy section or a busy area in India's capital of New Delhi. And this blast occurred just in the wee hours of the evening today. And the latest information that we are getting is that 15 people have been taken to hospital. 8 of them died before reaching the hospital. And this is information that we are getting from the medical superintendent. We are still following up on what really happened, because the police are saying no one should speculate what really happened. They are conducting their investigations to ascertain what caused the blast. And as you can see from your screen, the blast was so severe and impactful that several vehicles have been mangled. Let's talk to our correspondent Dharamjot Kaur. She is on scene. Dharamjot Kaur, what's the latest from your end?
Well, Eric, I'm a short distance away from the metro station, the Red Fort metro station, gate number 1 in particular. Just a few seconds ago, a barrage of ambulances have passed by. There is a layer of barricading here and cars are not being allowed beyond this point. So only medical personnel, investigating agencies, media personnel are the only people who are being allowed beyond a certain point. And I'm standing behind the barricades. I'm about 900 meters away from the Red Fort, a kilometer away from gate number 1 from the Red Fort metro station, near which this explosion has occurred. There are a lot of people from the other side of the road who are moving away from this particular explosion site. As we've talked about this, the investigating team and the police officials have cordoned off the entire area. They are evacuating people from in and around the metro station, from around the Red Fort as well. In fact, more and more police officials, as you could hear behind me, more and more police officials are reaching the spot. The NIA, NSG officials are also expected to reach the spot soon. A bomb squad is already present over there to ascertain the nature of these explosions. However, to reiterate for our viewers that officials have not confirmed and ascertained the nature of the explosion yet. Investigation is still underway. They have not put out an official statement yet. They are saying that statements will be given. The nature and the cause of the explosion will be publicly informed to everybody when it is the right time and when they have fully ascertained the cause of this particular explosion. We've been seeing from the visuals, we're seeing from all the movement over here, there were a massive number of people present near the metro station, at the metro station, and in the entire area, Eric, in their 2.5 to 3 kilometers, you have the landmark iconic monument of the Red Fort. You have this particular metro station that has access to not just the Red Fort, but also to the Old Delhi railway station, to Yamuna Bazaar, which is a massive market here in this part of the national capital. And so a lot of footfall. In and around me, there are so many people on foot, many who are taking other forms of public transport, auto rickshaws, cabs, whatever is available to move away from the area because investigating officials and security officials want to ensure that the entire area is clear. They've cordoned it off completely. Delhi has been put on high alert, and the Chief Minister has ordered that this needs to be an all hands-on-deck investigation because the level of it, the nature of it, and the timing of it is so critical to the national capital. We've been talking about this for the past few minutes, how, this is peak evening hour. It's the rush hour for any and all public service facilities that are available in New Delhi. The metro of Delhi is the lifeline of the national capital, Eric. And especially the Red Fort metro station, which opens to so many avenues, as I mentioned to you. You have evening office commuters who are returning at this hour. You have locals who are heading to the bazaars, to the markets, to Red Fort to spend time over there. Red Fort is very famously known for picnics, for evening walks taken by residents in and around the area. But after this explosion, everyone has been asked to cordon off, everyone has been asked to evacuate the entire place. The metro station has been evacuated, and it's all hands on deck with the investigation. However, I'd like to reiterate for our viewers again, Eric, the cause of it, the nature of it is yet to be ascertained. Eric?
Dharamjot Kaur, you did say that you are close to the area or the spot where this incident happened, and from the images that we are receiving in our newsroom, they're very harrowing indeed, because you can see some of the vehicles have been mangled, and we are reporting that some victims have been taken to hospital, and the number is at 15 at this hour. And we are also reporting that 8 people have been killed in this blast. What's the situation like where you are right now? And before you answer that, we are being informed that the areas or the states of Maharashtra, that includes Mumbai, Uttar Pradesh and Delhi, are on high alert as we speak, and also several police teams have been formed to probe this incident. But coming back to you, Dharamjot, what is the situation like where you are? You did say you are close to the blast scene.
Well, Eric, as I mentioned to you, there are no vehicles being allowed beyond this point. In fact, if you would just see behind me, multiple police vehicles of official staff from the Government of India, ambulances are passing through this route as more and more resources are reaching the site of the explosion. When the first responders team reached over there from the nearby areas, we earlier heard that it was only one person who was feared dead. A few injured had been brought to the LNJP hospital. But the count is increasing. It is now 8 people who have died. The medical officials at the hospital have said that the casualties that were brought, 8 of them were already dead, 7 of them are injured. The scale of their injuries is yet to be ascertained. More casualties are feared. A lot of people from the area behind me. So the direction I'm standing at behind me is the road that leads to the Red Fort metro station. All 4 gates of it have access from this particular road, and I'm about less than 1 kilometer away from it. But the entire area is being cordoned off. On the opposite side of the road, there are vehicles leaving. There's a beeline of vehicles who are leaving to go away from the explosion site. As I mentioned, police officials are making sure that the entire area is cordoned off. Local residents are being allowed to go on foot. Vehicles of only administration staff, investigating agencies, police officials, medical teams and journalists, media personnel, these are the only ones who are being allowed beyond this particular barricade. So the situation is sensitive. A lot of teams are all hands on deck, like I mentioned, NIA, NSG, the bomb squad, everyone is at the explosion site to ascertain the cause, to ascertain the damage in terms of not just loss of human life, but also the infrastructure occurred at this point. About the cars and the vehicles that have been damaged in this explosion, Eric, we did hear in the beginning that it was one car that exploded, and when residents heard the sound, they said that the magnitude and the level, the decibel of the sound was so high that they've never heard anything like it before. A lot of eyewitnesses who were around the Red Fort metro station and the Red Fort area said that they could hear the sound for hundreds of meters away. And few near to the area also felt like, there were tremors. So that's how high and that's how intense the magnitude of this explosion was. And so investigating officials are trying to determine not just the nature of the blast, but also how it occurred. Was it one car that exploded and led to a domino effect? Was it multiple cars that exploded at the same time and led to this intensity? Those details we do not have at the moment. But as investigation is underway, officials are making sure and police is making sure that the entire area remains clear, that that damage can be curtailed as much as possible. What's happened, unfortunately, has already happened. 8 people have tragically lost their lives. 7 others are injured. There is fear that the casualty count may increase beyond this, but as of now, these are the numbers that we have, Eric.
Dharamjot Kaur is our correspondent. She is in Delhi, just a few meters from the blast site, and we'll be connecting with Dharamjot shortly. Let me just update our viewers on what is really happening. This is a blast that occurred at around 6:55 p.m. in Red Fort. Red Fort is considered to be a very busy area in New Delhi, and according to the fire department, they reached the spot and were able to douse the fire and the flames by around 7:30 p.m. And what we know right now is that 2 teams from the FSL Rohini have reached. They will be able to ascertain the nature of the blast and the constituents which has led to the massive blast. They also say that it's a chain reaction of the vehicles exploding one after the other. And like I said, investigations are still ongoing. One last question to you, Dharamjot Kaur. What's the next course of action from the area that you're in at this moment? Because I know you want to move to the blast site and you want to find out what is going on. But what is the next course of action? I know you said that the police are already there, the fire department is already there. Are people moving away from the blast site?
Absolutely, Eric. As I just mentioned, I'm standing at the side of the road which leads to the Red Fort metro station. So if you could just see behind me, there are more police vehicles that are approaching the site. The other side of the road is what leads away from the explosion site and also from the Red Fort monument. And so there is a beeline of vehicles. It has just cleared out a bit right now, but there are a lot of people on foot who are moving away and moving further away from the explosion. The entire area is barricaded. All roads that are leading to the metro station have been barricaded. So only police personnel, investigating agencies, officials, medical teams, ambulances, media personnel are the only people who are being allowed. There is a caveat for local residents on foot who need to get home. They are being checked and allowed to move, but more and more people are moving away from it, Eric, rather than moving towards it. And as we speak, there's a very important update that has come in. There's an eyewitness account that is coming in from an auto rickshaw driver who is saying that it was the car in front of me, in front of him, and I'm just quoting him here, Eric, the car in front of me was about 2 feet away. I don't know whether there was a bomb or something else, but it exploded. It was a Swift Desire car. So this is the auto driver who claims he was just a few feet away. The car was in front of him. It's a Swift Desire which exploded. Again, it's important to ascertain and to confirm to our viewers that we do not know the cause or the nature of this explosion at the moment. Investigating officials and police are reiterating time and again that they will inform the public once the investigation has been completed, once they have ascertained the nature and the cause of this explosion, and only then will they ensure that the public is informed. But at the moment, the cause is unknown. There are several activities happening simultaneously. The cordoning off is done. People are being asked to move away. Only a few people are being allowed on foot, as I'm seeing around me. Rest everyone else is moving away from the metro station and from the Red Fort, Eric.
Dharamjot Kaur is our correspondent on scene. Dharamjot Kaur, I will allow you to go further into the spot where the blast occurred, because I'm sure there are more details and further details. I will talk to you later. Let me just update our viewers on what is really happening at this hour. This is a blast that occurred at around 6:55 p.m. local time, that is Indian Standard Time, when a blast occurred in Red Fort. Red Fort is considered a very busy area in India's capital of New Delhi, and the latest that we are receiving is that 2 teams of the FSL Rohini have reached the area. They will be able to ascertain the nature of blast and constituents, which has led to a massive serialized kind of explosion, one after the other. It's a chain reaction, they say, of the vehicles exploding one after the other, or there's any extraneous element. These are some of the big questions that will be asked by and ascertained by the investigating team, which is already on site. And this explosion near New Delhi's Red Fort comes on the same day that a major interstate terror cell was also busted. 2,900 kilograms of explosives were seized from Faridabad earlier today. But as we are saying, and as Dharamjot Kaur did say, there is no room for speculation at this moment. We are going to let the investigating team do their job. Let's talk to our assistant editor for foreign affairs and our correspondent, Sidhant Sibol, who's now joining us on the phone. Sidhant Sibol, what's the latest from your end? We'll try to connect with our correspondent, Sidhant Sibol, a short while later, but let me just bring you up to speed with what is happening. India, or New Delhi, has been rocked by multiple explosions. According to eyewitnesses, the first blasts occurred in a Swift Desire vehicle, and this is according to an eyewitness, actually a rickshaw driver who was just behind the car that exploded. The fire department reached the spot and were able to douse the flames at 7:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. Crowds have been going towards the blast site, but the police have managed to disperse the crowd, and they've been told to go home as of now as investigations continue. Mumbai, Uttar Pradesh and Delhi have been put on high alert, and the police departments and the police chiefs are already on spot to ascertain what really caused this blast. It has come as a huge shocker because earlier today, in a joint operation between the Jammu and Kashmir and Haryana police, the terror module linked with the groups like Jaish-e-Mohammed and Ansar Ghazwat-ul-Hind, where at least 8 suspects, including 3 doctors, were arrested during the blast. The explosion near New Delhi's Red Fort comes on the heels of the same major interstate terror cell which busted 2,900 kilograms of explosives, which was seized from Faridabad earlier today. But the police are saying not to speculate until all the investigations are done. Then we can know the real cause of this blast, which has really come as a huge shock for the city. So if you're just joining us, this is a developing story from India's capital, New Delhi. This is the Red Fort, an area which is considered very busy. And this blast occurred during peak hour at around 6:30 p.m. Eyewitnesses described very harrowing incidents where they had loud bangs and loud explosions from a few meters from the spot where this blast occurred. And from the images and from the footage that you can see on your screens, the vehicles were mangled up, and then a fire ensued or erupted there. But shortly after, the fire brigade, the New Delhi Fire Brigade, was on the spot, and they managed to douse the flames at around 7:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. The DIG CRPF has reached the spot. He says it is too early to say anything. I'm just going to go to the site and ascertain what really happened. And so far, right now, 15 people are reportedly injured. They were taken to hospital, and according to the medical superintendent of the hospital, 8 people lost their lives while they were en route to hospital. 2 teams of the FSL Rohini have reached the area. They'll be able to ascertain the nature of blast and constituents, which has led to a massive serialized kind of explosives, one after the other. Once again, if you're just joining us, this is an update on what is happening outside the Red Fort. And as you can see from your screen, this is the impact of the blast. And according to one eyewitness, he says, I never had such a loud explosion ever in my life. I fell 3 times due to the explosion. It felt as if we were all going to die. That's one of the shopkeepers who was around or close to the vicinity of this blast. And the fire department reached the scene, and they managed to douse the flames at around 7:30 p.m. And already there have been casualties. 8 people have lost their lives in this incident. 15 others have been hospitalized. And according to the medical superintendent of the hospital, some of those injured are in critical condition as we speak because they have burn injuries. Some have glass injuries on their bodies. So the investigative team will be able to ascertain what really happened this evening. So like I said, this is a shocker to the residents of New Delhi because Red Fort, like I said, is a very busy area. This is what some eyewitnesses did say or witness.
तो मैं चेयर पे बैठा हुआ था, एकदम से अचानक इतनी तेज धमाका हुआ कि मेरे लाइफ में इतनी तेज मैंने अपनी आवाज़ के भी नहीं सुना। धमाके के दहल पे मैं 3 बार गिरा हूँ, उठाऊँ फिर गिरा हूँ, तो ऐसे धरती फटने वाला है, इतनी तेज धमाका हुई है। ठीक है, तो मैं दुकान छोड़ करके एकदम से भागा। मेरे साथ भी बहुत सारी पब्लिक भागी, एक पे एक पब्लिक गिर रही थी। उस टाइम ऐसा लग रहा था कि हम कुछ पल में, और दूसरा धमाका हुआ था, हम मरने वाले हैं।
ये देखे लपट देखा, हाँ अपने छत से देखा, तभी मैं नीचे उतर के आया कि जरा देखूं कहाँ क्या, और तो पता नहीं किसी तरह की कोई आवाज़ आपने सुनी? हाँ, बहुत जोर आवाज़ आई, बिल्डिंग खिड़की हिल गई, खिड़की हिल गई।
आपका घर कितना दूर है?
ये रहा गुरुद्वारे के पास।
भाई गाड़ी में बम था।
किसकी गाड़ी में?
जिंदगी में कार में।
तो आप लोग वहीं खड़े थे? आप वहीं थे?
मैं उसके पीछे पीछे चल रहा था
कार के। तो कितने लोग सवार थे उस गाड़ी में, कुछ पता चला?
धमाके की आवाज आई 4-5, फिर एकदम कई जने वैसे जल गए। आसपास में जो थे वो आसपास के लोग।
कितनी गाड़ियाँ डैमेज हुई हैं यहाँ पर? कितनी?
2-3 गाड़ी।
वो जो कार सवार थे उनकी क्या हालत कैसी है?
कुछ तो गंभीर है, 8-10 तो गंभीर है, 20-25 जनों को वैसे चोट आई है।
कितने बजे घटना घटी?
7 बजे। 7 फुटे 7 में बम फट गया।
7 बजते
फुटे 7 में बस बम फट गया। मैं अपना दुकान वहीं पे था, मेरा दुकान।
कितनी गाड़ियाँ चपेट में आई यहाँ इसके बम के?
2 बस जल गया है।
2 बस भी?
हाँ।
For the benefit of our viewers, the first eyewitness says, I never had such a loud explosion ever in my life. I fell 3 times due to the explosion. It felt as if we were going to die. He's a shopkeeper. He was close to the area where the blast occurred. Then the second eyewitness, he's a local resident there. He says, I saw the flames from my house and then came down to see what had happened. There was a loud explosion and I lived nearby. So I saw what really is happening. And as we speak, the investigative team from New Delhi and from India at the scene. Red Fort is a very busy area, and this blast occurred during peak hours at around 6:50 p.m. Indian Standard Time, and the fire brigade was able to reach the area or the scene and douse the flames at around 7:30 p.m. 15 people have been brought or taken to the Lok Nayak hospital. And according to the medical superintendent of the hospital, 8 of them died before reaching the hospital. And the investigations, as we speak, are currently underway. There's a huge number of ambulances as we speak. There's also a huge number of fire brigade vehicles in that area. These are the police who are trying to ascertain what really caused the blast. Let's talk to our correspondent, Sidhant Sibol. Sidhant, what's the latest from your end?
Well, Eric, I'm standing near the location of the blast site. With me, a few eyewitnesses. If you can perhaps tell us what happened, if you can describe what did you hear when the explosion happened?
यहाँ पे करीब 2 घंटे पहले, अभी 8:33 हो रहे हैं, करीब 2 घंटे पहले यहाँ पर बहुत ही बड़ा ब्लास्ट हुआ है, जिसमें कम से कम 25 से 30 लोग पूरे फट चुके हैं, मतलब चिथड़े उड़ चुके हैं उनके, कुछ भी दिखाई नहीं दे रहा, पूरी रोड काली पड़ चुकी है और आसपास का एरिया पूरा फट चुका है एक तरीके से माना जाए.
Well, these are claims made by the eyewitnesses, but I've spoken to many eyewitnesses so far and they are just describing when they heard the explosion, but this is still an evolving situation right now.
और इस एक्सप्लोजन से जो है आसपास की गाड़ियों में भी क्षति हुई. जैसे ही इसकी खबर मिली, हम सारी एजेंसीज जो है, दिल्ली पुलिस, FSL, NIA, NSG, उनकी टीम्स यहाँ पे आ चुकी हैं और हालात का जायजा भी ले रही है. हर तरीके से इस जो है एक्सप्लोजन के बारे में जांच की जा रही है और जल्दी ही इसका आकलन करके इसका जो भी रिजल्ट निकलेगा वो आपको बताया जाएगा. इस इंसिडेंट में कुछ लोग को इंजरीज भी आई हैं और कुछ लोगों की डेथ भी हुई है, तो वो अभी हालात का जायजा लिया जा रहा है और एग्जैक्ट फिगर्स जो हैं आपको कुछ ही देर में बता दी जाएंगी. और सिचुएशन को रेगुलरली मॉनिटर किया जा रहा है और गृह मंत्री जी भी जो है उनसे रेगुलरली उनका फ़ोन भी आया था, उनको रेगुलरली ब्रीफ किया जा रहा है और उनको टाइम टू टाइम पूरी सूचना दी जा रही है और आगे जैसे भी हालात होंगे, जो भी नतीजा निकलेगा आपको बताया जाएगा. अभी इसको आकलन किया जा रहा है.
All right, so that is the police commissioner who was addressing the press and trying to say that you do not speculate anything. We are going to investigate what really happened, and we do understand that the Union Home Minister Amit Shah immediately spoke with the Delhi Police Commissioner after the incident. Teams from the NSG, the NIA and the Forensic Department were rushed to the spot. The Home Minister remains in continuous touch with the IB Director regarding the Delhi incident. Let's talk to our correspondent, Siddhan Sibol. He's at the scene or close to the scene. Siddhan Sibol, you just spoke to some of the eyewitnesses. What did they tell you?
Well, Eric, a short while ago, we have got this information that the Indian Prime Minister has taken stock of the situation in wake of the blast. He has spoken to the Home Minister and has taken all the updates of the situation. But let's speak to the eyewitnesses. If you can perhaps tell us what happened when you heard the blast.
I was there in my office. My office is in Chandni Chowk, Dariba, and I got to know about this incident. Let me tell you, it is very heartbreaking and devastating. But the main point is, we have still not got any clue about what has happened actually. Some are saying about the LPG cylinder gases, some are saying about the CNG mishappening, and some are also saying about a terrorism attack.
Okay, so the situation is still evolving. It is being ascertained that what was the cause of the explosion. As the Indian authorities have said, it's one should not speculate so far, but essentially what the Indian Prime Minister has spoken as we broke a short while ago. But the situation on the ground, I'll come back to the eyewitnesses, but I'll show you the situation first on the ground. Just behind me, that's the road which leads to the site of the explosion. It has been cordoned off now, and you can't go with vehicles here, but you can walk here. Most of the people are coming outside this cordoned off area and have been speaking about what happened a short while ago. Many of them are in a state of panic as well. They have this anxiety as well, and right now many of them are speaking with each other. Let's speak to other people as well. आप बताइए, आपने क्या देखा उस वक्त?
भैया, मैंने देखा कि बहुत बुरा नज़ारा था. चारों तरफ लाशें ही लाशें पड़ी हुई थी और कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा था. दिमाग चलना बिल्कुल बंद हो चुका था उस टाइम पे, क्योंकि मैंने भी पहली बार इतना कुछ, मतलब बहुत ही बुरा हो गया था अचानक से. और मतलब कोई भी मौजूद नहीं था उस टाइम, ना कोई एम्बुलेंस थी, ना कोई फायर ब्रिगेड थी. 1 घंटे तक लोग तड़प रहे थे, मान लो, रोड पे, कि मतलब बिल्कुल कुछ देखने लायक ही नहीं बचा था. इतना बुरा नज़ारा हो चुका था.
So that's the,
हम ना बचा भी नहीं पा रहे थे उन लोगों को, कि वो इतने ज़्यादा जले हुए थे ना कि कुछ देखा भी नहीं जा रहा था. इतना ज़्यादा.
So that is what the eyewitnesses are saying. As we have said, that it is an evolving situation. The Indian government is taking stock of the situation as well. Next few hours will be very precarious as well. so far. I have seen many ambulances going towards the site of the blast as well, and forensics teams also going. There is a general state of high alert in Delhi, the Indian national capital, but of course worries are mounting as to the cause of the blast, and I believe one of the eyewitness wants to speak as well. If you can perhaps detail what happened.
I would like to really say something, because ये जो हुआ, first of all it's a very bad thing, but मैं ये चीज़ ज़रूर बोलना चाहूँगा कि आज नहीं तो कल होना ही था. द रीज़न इज़ ओवर क्राउड. लोगों को कोई सेंस नहीं है, चांदनी चौक आ रहे हैं, और लोगों से ज़्यादा मैं ये बोलना चाहूँगा कि ये सबसे ज़्यादा जो फेलियर है, ये गवर्नमेंट का फेलियर है. मैं आई एम ब्रॉन अप एंड ब्रॉट अप इन दिल्ली 6 ओनली. मैं यहीं रहता हूँ, माई बिजनेस इज़ देयर, माई रेजिडेंस इज़ देयर, बट यहाँ पे सिविक सेंस ज़ीरो है. इवन ये गवर्नमेंट को पता था यहाँ पे इतनी सेंसिटिव एरिया है चांदनी चौक, यहाँ पे तारों का सिस्टम बहुत गलत है, यहाँ पे हर चीज़ बहुत ओवर क्राउडेड सिचुएशन है, बट सिक्योरिटी स्टिल ज़ीरो थी गवर्नमेंट के लिए.
यहाँ के सिक्योरिटी कैमराज नहीं चलते, यहाँ पर मतलब पूरा अस्त व्यस्त हो रखा है, सारा सिस्टम बिल्कुल बेकार कर रखा है. ना यहाँ पर सिक्योरिटी है. चांदनी चौक जैसा क्राउडेड एरिया है, यहाँ पर कम से कम मिलिट्री वाले तो होने चाहिए, ना यहाँ पर मिलिट्री है.
मैं एक बात और बताऊं,
for many of our international viewers, let me first tell you the location of the explosions. It is near a very high-profile area. This is the Red Fort. This is the location where the Indian Prime Minister unfurls the national flag on Independence Day. This is also Asia's largest market as well. Usually, it's a very, very crowded area. It's a packed area. It's even difficult to move around in person as well. So there are, of course, natural concerns over the fallout of the explosions. We are getting reports of deaths as well. Many of those who have been injured have been rushed to a nearby hospital. But again, before I give you back, Eric, I'll show you the situation on the ground. This is the situation on the ground. Few eyewitnesses speaking to us, and of course, most of the area.
Sidhan Sibol, sorry to cut you short. But this is breaking news that we are getting in our newsroom right now. The Prime Minister of India has reacted. He's actually said that he's taken stock of the situation. In the wake of the blast in Delhi, he spoke to the Home Minister Amit Shah and took an update on the situation. And actually, the Home Minister did immediately speak with the Delhi Police Commissioner after the incident. Teams from the NSG, the NIA and the Forensic Department were rushed to the spot. The Home Minister remains in continuous touch with the IB Director regarding the Delhi incident. The police are there. They did speak to the media. They said that you should not speculate anything until all the investigations are done and completed. And according to the eyewitnesses that our correspondents Dharamjot Kaur and Sidhan Sibol are speaking to, they are decrying the low security in that area because they say the area is overcrowded, it's a busy area, and this blast occurred during peak hour, that is at 6:50 p.m. Indian Standard Time. But the fire brigade did rush to the scene, and they managed to extinguish the flames at around 7:30 p.m. So this is the latest that we are receiving in our newsroom. The Prime Minister is taking stock of the situation and the incident as we speak. He's spoken to the Home Minister, the Union Home Minister Amit Shah, and he will be briefed on the investigation or the current situation on the ground, because they are both taking stock of the situation, and regular updates will be given to the Home Minister and also the Prime Minister of India. For the benefit of our viewers, this is an incident that occurred at around 6:50 p.m. Indian Standard Time when a blast was heard or a loud bang was heard, and this is according to eyewitnesses who either were close to the vicinity or were close to the area of the blast. Some are shopkeepers, and you can see the aftermath of the blast. Some glasses, some windows have been broken, shattered, cars have been mangled, others were on fire. Reportedly 3 vehicles were on fire, before the fire department reached the site and were able to extinguish the flames. So far, it has been reported that 15 people were injured in the blast. 8 people lost their lives while they were en route to hospital. And this according to the medical superintendent of the hospital. So our correspondents are currently pursuing what is really happening, the aftermath of this blast. Let's talk to one of them. Sidhan Sibol is still close to the scene. Sidhan Sibol, what's all right, we'll get our correspondent in a short while from now. But if you're just joining us, this is an incident that just occurred on the same day that a major interstate terror cell was busted. 2,900 kilograms of explosives were seized from Faridabad earlier today in a joint operation between the Jammu and Kashmir and Haryana police. The terror module is linked to the groups Jaish-e-Mohammed and Ansar Ghazwat-ul-Hind. At least 8 suspects, including 3 doctors, were arrested during the bust. But the police are saying, do not speculate anything until the investigations are completed.
आज करीब 6:52 पे एक यहाँ पे रेड लाइट पे एक स्लो मूविंग व्हीकल जो रेड लाइट की तरफ आके रुका था, उसमें एक ये एक्सप्लोजन हुआ है। उस वक्त गाड़ी के अंदर जो पैसेंजर्स उसके अंदर ही थे और इस एक्सप्लोजन से जो है आसपास की गाड़ियों में भी क्षति हुई। जैसे ही इसकी खबर मिली, हम सारी एजेंसीज जो है दिल्ली पुलिस, FSL, NIA, NSG, उनकी टीम्स यहाँ पे आ चुकी हैं और हालात का जायजा भी ले रही है। हर तरीके से इस जो है एक्सप्लोजन के बारे में जांच की जा रही है और जल्दी ही इसका आकलन करके इसका जो भी रिजल्ट निकलेगा वो आपको बताया जाएगा। इस इंसिडेंट में कुछ लोग को इंजरीज भी आई हैं और कुछ लोगों की डेथ भी हुई है, तो वो अभी हालात का जायजा लिया जा रहा है और एग्जैक्ट फिगर्स जो हैं आपको कुछ ही देर में बता दी जाएंगी।
Okay, so that is the Delhi Police Commissioner Satish Golcha, who says that I will actually quote him for the benefit of our viewers. He says, today at around 6:52 p.m., a slow-moving vehicle stopped at the red light. An explosion happened in that vehicle, and due to the explosion, nearby vehicles were also damaged.